Hello everyone, welcome to another stream. This is going to be a relatively short one because I do have to start doing things in about 3-ish hours. So let's start without any further ado. We're going to plow through some main scenario things today. And also I'm going to put some volume so I can hear the game. There we go. Anyway, we're going to plow through some main scenario things and hopefully get to the retainers. Maybe not, but that remains to be seen. I'll tell you a little bit about what I've done in the meantime. I unlocked all of the classes we can have right now. So let's see, I can show them here. We have all of the Disciple of Hand and Disciple of Land skills, which means all of the crafting skills, all of the gathering skills. And then we have all of the non-expansion skills, which we can have for now. Scholar is a thing that's going to unlock a little bit later when we... It's one of those... Arcanist is one of the only classes that actually has a divergent path, so it gets 2 jobs. What was Scholar 1? I don't remember, actually. Was Scholar different? I don't even remember anymore. Or then we don't have all. I don't remember. Anyway, we might have them all. I think we do. So I've unlocked them all. I haven't really done anything. As you can see, they're all at level 1, except for some of these. I've started leveling up Botanist and Miner, and that's pretty much it. So, there we go. And now, it's time to continue the main scenario quest. This time we have... It's probably pirates. It's basically the go get the reward for doing the dungeon we did the last time. That's the whole deal with this one. And Dr. McPortion, fuck this country. I can already buy an assault rifle. Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's kind of what I mean. You can go die for your country. You can buy guns. You can drive a car. But alcohol? Fuck that. It's kind of weird to me, to be completely honest. Space sips beer from a chilled mug. Fessa, oh, look at the little sprout. Hi, Fessa, and yes, we do have the newbie sprout there. How's your day been, Fessa? We're plowing through the MSQ right now. I want a retainer. I want a friggin' retainer. Aye, such a task was on the books. Was, mind. I'm afraid that ship's already sailed, friend. Ah, might you be the adventurer who accepted the job of investigating Shastasha? Quite so. It would seem that a ship has not only sailed, but now returns to harbour. None the worse for its voyage. A pity. We dragged our boots too long on this one. No matter, the wheel will turn and our chance will come. You're right, of course, but there shall be no rest till we have attained our goal, lofty though it may be. Not a wink of sleep, great leader. Our aim, lest you wonder, is to perform such feat of heroism as will earn us a place in the songs of every alehouse in Eorzea. We mean to write a legend which will inspire the adventurers as yet unborn to follow our shining example. Do you have such a goal? Large or small, it matters not. Only have a star to reach for, and you will reach higher. Purpose can sustain you through times of hardship. Keep your eye on the prize, and all obstacles will be overcome in time. You would not think to stride into battle unclad, would you? Well, goals are as arms and armor for the spirit. I wish you fortune in your endeavors, milady. And space. I used to care about the drinking age, but I'm 30 and I have no kids, so whatever. Did you ever do Kove Coco 62? I'm really bad with my initializations right now. But it's been quite a long time since I was in the military. Well, it's been over a decade, so my memories of that time aren't that good anymore. And I haven't really thought about that at all after that. Back then, are you, with all your limbs and tail, Walija? And Fessa, good. Headed to bed and saw you playing Final Fantasy XIV and had to watch for a little while. Oh, well, thank you, Fessa. And I do hope that you'll get a good night's sleep. And Fessa, oh, yeah, those guys, what a dark road they follow. That was foreshadowing. Fishbacks. And there was thinking you'd only have to crack a pirate skull or 3. 7 L's. You turn your back for 5 bloody minutes and scaly bastards shop on your bleeding doorsteps. Still sounds like you left them in pieces, so I don't suppose they'll be carrying out whatever mischief they was planning. Unless they're planning on feeding themselves to the fauna as Stasha, of course. Anyhow, all's well that ends well. On behalf of Lindsay, I thank you for shedding some light on this mystery. You've lived up to your reputation, and I couldn't ask for more than that. And now it's just thanks and stuff and blah blah blah, and we get to go to a room. That's it. Party Finder unlocked. Yes, and that's different from the Duty Finder, by the way. That means that we can actually gather a party for raids and stuff before going into the Duty Finder. Words, words, words. Exactly. Sometimes so much of the dialogue is occasionally, thank you, and thank you, and you're great, and you're amazing, and you're awesome, and I hope you know that you're pretty great, and you're kind of awesome, and you're sweet, and awesome. And great. No, I just came from work. I had a short day today, Dr. McPortion. Ready to hear about the job, then? Like I said, the request comes from Sister Guild in Gridania. And that's all you know. Whatever it is you get asked to do, I somehow doubt it'd pose any trouble for an adventurer to survive the bedlam in Stastia. If you think you might be interested, you'll want to go have words with Mother Mion, my counterpart in Gridania. Good luck, lass. So that actually kind of reminded me then, well, because they said it straight, that this is basically, if you'd start in this town, this would be the place where you'd get the adventures and stuff. Whereas in Gridania it was Mother Mion's, the adventurer's deck and stuff like that. And why am I going there? Let's go back. No, actually. I keep forgetting. I have returned to Gridania still. Space, the Duty Finder. It's a duty. Fessa, that is kind of relevant if fan theories are accurate. Possibly. I have no idea what fan theories you're talking about, because I honestly haven't really paid any attention to Final Fantasy XIV stuff in quite a few months. And I never was really that much of a lore hound in the beginning even. I just wanted to craft things. And gather things. Hello, Mother Mion. It's been a while. Take a seat, whatever you like, friend. Our waitress will come and take your... Oh, it's you, Faye. It's so good to see you again. What's that? You're a battering suggestion, you say? The foul-mouthed rogue sends me word that an adventurer might be along for the job, and it turns out to be you. Well, this makes things a lot easier, doesn't it? With regard to the task in question, there's a fair bit to tell. Let me know when you're ready to hear the details, and I shall brief you. Alright, what is our next quest? Ready for that briefing? Good. Now then, here's the long and short of it. Beg pardons for interrupting me on, but our needs grow ever more pressing. Have none stepped forward. And good evening to you, Bowlord. Your need must be pressing indeed for you to honor us with a visit. The good news is, your journey's been wasted. I'm pleased to report that we found a volunteer at last, and one who comes highly recommended at that. Oppressor Fessa, if you haven't played through Heaven's Ward, it's hard to explain the theory, so I won't. I've played through Heaven's Ward and Stormblood, the main scenarios. Oh god damn it, I forgot to remove that. Just a moment. There we go. Sorry about that, Dr. McPortion, but it is for current quotes and accurate quotes, preferably. Well, if it isn't our very own woman for all seasons, you certainly have a knack for appearing when you're most needed, Faye. My thanks for answering the call. Now time is of the essence, so I shall proceed directly to the heart of the matter. We wish you to nip a potential threat to Gridania in the bud. Come on, Dr. McBortion, it's for quotes. It is for preferably accurate quotes. Yes, I know it fits in the jokey joke thing, but it's still for jokes. Also for those who aren't familiar with all of the things that happen here. Beneath the central shroud lies an underground burial site called the Tantara Deepcroft. The place was once Gilmoran settlement, but with Gridanians have long interfered are dead there. Of late, shadowy figures have been skulking around the Deepcroft and with ever-increasing regularity. Based on the accounts of various witnesses, we suspect that these individuals belong to the Lambs of Dalamud, a doomsday cult which sprung up prior to the calamity. These zealots have proven themselves dangerous in the past, and we leave them to their own devices at our peril. Ordinarily, I would have dispatched my best men to scour the Deepcroft with orders to flush the cultists out. Alas, the calamity decimated our ranks, and the limited forces at my disposal are constantly required to keep the exile at bay. Since we thwarted their attack on the Guardian Tree, the Birdmen have not allowed us a moment's respite. They probed every ilm of our defenses in search of a weakness, compelling me to spread our forces far more thinly than I would like. The situation so being, we have no choice but to entrust the task of dealing with the Lambs of Dalamud to others. Can we rely on you to handle this matter, Faye? Of course. You have my gratitude. Once you've seen to your preparations, pray make your way to the Deepcroft and identify yourself to the guard posted at the entrance. He will appraise you of the latest developments. That is all. Be careful out there, you hear? May the crystal guide you and keep you. Oh, Fesso, the theory is that you're an acorn like the primals. The more people who believe in you, the more aether you are exposed. You're exposed to you, the stronger you grow. How does that theory account for the how easy it seems to be to actually corrupt the ethers or the primals and stuff? How they can, with the right tools, be captured, controlled? Whereas it seems like this one is more, well, free-willed, one might say. Anyway, Tantara Deepcroft, that's where we're supposed to go. I'm not saying it's a bad theory, I just mean that I'm also interested to know how they account for the differences between all of the other similar summons, you might say, and the main character. That's something that I should probably read up on a little bit. Because I do like fan theories sometimes, and especially looking at them and seeing if there are any aspects that I don't agree with, and if I could somehow start fixing things in my mind, making them work properly. Dr. McBorton, it must be morning there. It is 6:30 a.m. You can actually see my my local time over here, LT. That's what time it is here. And why did I run here instead of teleporting there? I have friggin' no idea. Probably because I'm an idiot. No, I already came. I told you, Dr. McPortion, I just came from work. I had a short day today, only 5 hours today, so after the last stream I went immediately to work. Because it's about 5 minutes drive from here. I went straight to work. And immediately when I got back from work, I put the counter on and started making some breakfast so I could actually eat something before. So no, I don't need to leave to work soon, but I need to I need to start doing other IRL things in about 2.5 hours. Alright. I really so much wish we had a mount already. Unfortunately, I do have mounts waiting for me at the Mail Moogle, but I can't use them because I haven't unlocked the mount system yet. I actually even still have this. I have the Falcon Ignition Key, which is one of the mount unlock items, but I can't use it because I haven't unlocked it. I haven't unlocked the mount system yet. Professor, to be honest, I'm no expert on the theory. My reaction is kind of, oh, maybe. We'll see what they do. I find the more I learn and buy into fan theories, the less I enjoy what happens because I'm only looking to confirm or deny the theory. Yeah, that's, I can understand that. Yeah, I'm not really that much of a lore hound usually myself when it comes to that aspect, but sometimes I do enjoy looking at them. But I never really spend too much time on them. It's more short-time curiosity kind of stuff. What was the scorpion thing back there? Well, Dr. McPortion, it was a scorpion thing. It was an enemy. Just one of those fantastical enemies you can find in games. And thank you very much, Top Percentage and Pain, for the host. Much appreciated. Hope you had a nice end of the stream. Space with a scorpion there. Alright, there's the one. God's Quiver Bow. That's the person we need to go talk to. Hello, you. Oppressor Fessa. What are those skeletons? I don't know. But Oppressor Fessa. What's a paladin? And thank you very much for the follow, Grand Illusion 3. Much appreciated. I hope you enjoy this wonderful visit to Finland, which totally exists. Thank you again. Your fate revert, I take it. Thanks for helping us out, friend. No doubt the Bowlords have already informed you, but your task is to enter Deepcroft and purge it of the Lambs of Dalamud. In case you are unfamiliar with them, the cult emerged shortly before the Calamity and put an end to the Sixth Astral era. The cultists took the Lesser Moon, Dalamud, for their god, believing that it would deliver them from the devastation. And so they were rather disappointed when Dalamud exploded into 1,000 flaming pieces before it could complete its descent. Now, having seen their god turn to ash, one would think that the cultists might feel moved to question their faith. On the contrary, it served only to stoke the flames of their fanaticism. The Lambs of Dalamud are convinced that heretics, that is to say, everyone but them, interfered with the coming of their Lord and Saviour, and that is now their sacred duty to avenge him. Whatever it is they're doing in the Deepcroft, you may be sure that no good will come of it. For the sake of Gridania and Eorzea at large, put an end to their madness. There we go. So now we have our second dungeon open. And also we now have our first duty roulette open. This gives us... doing the roulettes gives us more things than just doing the dungeons. We get experience and guild bonuses. And when we get to later levels, we can also get other items, mainly tombstones, which I will explain when we get to that point. But, yeah, that's going to explain it. But anyway, let's join the duty queue for Tamtara Deepcroft. Let's see if we have any... We have some quests we could take from here, and start doing them while we wait for the duty queue to pop. Dr. McPortion, Dalamud sounds like it might have been Alderaan. Well, it kind of was. but it was more like Final Fantasy VII with the meteor. It was kind of like that. Oppressive has a good old lunatics, literally. They worship the moon, so they are obsessed with the Luna. Good point, Fessa. Good point. Alright, let's see. What do you have for us, Finny? If you break faith Not the goddamned adventurer desperate to stick a nose in everyone's business, is it? Then seek out the groundskeeper of the Tamtara Deepcroft. You'll find him in a shack just outside the entrance, as the hermit's all too happy to live close to his work. When the last I patrolled that area, I could hear him swearing inside his shack from the road. I know not what vexes the man, but I suspect he'll welcome your presence more than I. Alright, that's one. Then I'm gonna also grab that one, because we're going this way. Dr. Proportion. Suddenly it feels as if a million voices cried out in there, and we're suddenly silenced. I get that reference. Fessa, Dalamud's an artificial moon that housed Bahamut. It had more in common with the Death Star than Alderaan. Damn it, let's not go too far to everything, damn it. Not everyone knows much of the lore yet. Why do these people have weird names, damn it? And hello, Walker, how are you doing? Hope you're having a... Hope you're having a fantastic day, and thank you very much for your 200 little bits. Much appreciated. Bits may be small, but when you put them together, they grow into a large mound onto which cries can climb and spook the shit out of me.
Outsider! Stop!
Now, after listening to me scream just a few seconds ago, that doesn't affect me anymore. Sorry about the walk. Wolfioff. Ah, perfect. You're just in time to help deliver some goods that arrived not moments ago. Allow me to double-check my manifest. Now listen carefully. Take the suit of plate mail to Daronmet. He's the guard you see right over there. The Mantu beans belong to Kylie, and the smoked crayfish balls to my friend Bertha here. That's it for this load. A strapping adventurer like you should barely work up a sweat, am I right? The cargo you're looking for hasn't moved since they unloaded it at the end of the pier. Much obliged. No worries, Fessa. No worries, Fessa. You can freely talk about lore there, no problems. It's just personally, I'm trying to keep as much of the lore unknown still, because I know that many people haven't played the game, and even though I know many twists and turns and stuff like that, I don't want to spoil them all, because we're going through the story after all. How about you, Berth? What do you want? You seem a capable sort. Would you mind running over to Lilystone and retrieving my favorite fishing rod for me? I was happily dropping a line into the water, you see, when I suddenly noticed some ghostly spear of fire bearing down on me up and from behind. In a blind panic, I twisted around and flung my rod at the apparition before fleeing back here to the planks. Yes, it is not usually a good idea to fling your rod at random things. I dimly remember the rod passing straight through those unnatural flames and hitting the side of the tent I set up for afternoon naps. It's probably still there, but I can't bring myself to. You'll go in my stead. Oh, thank you. All right, so we're gonna pick her fishing rod. And then there's also... Was this the... Good evening to you, miss. What can I... Ah, you wish to know about the auctions. Very well, allow me to explain. There's a growing concern that our immigration policies may have been a tad, restrictive in the past. And so the Seedseer Council and the Order of Twin Adder have, with the blessing of the elementals, decreed that lavender beds be set aside for adventurers. Adventurers who possess the necessary funds to purchase and maintain the necessaries. Should you look upon the beds with your own eyes, though, I think you'll agree that it is well worth the price. Have a word with the skipper over yonder. She'll ferry you across. A recruit stationed at the pier can tell you more about the beds once you've arrived. Alright, so this is now a quest which shows us the housing options. Let's go to Lavender Beds then. Let's just go to... Well, let's go to Ward 1. I don't care. Dr. McBorton, spoiler alert. Finn will die far too many times during this stream. Well, we're not playing Dark Souls this time, so... I believe I may be able to survive. Hopefully. If this were Dark Souls, then yes, I would die constantly, because honestly my concentration wouldn't be nearly good enough. Alright, so this is the Gridanian housing district, or one of those. Did we need to attune here? No, we didn't have to attune. Alright, let's talk to the Serpent Recruit. Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to the Lavender Beds. Oh, you come at the behest of a Gridanian woman. I regret to inform you that these plots are reserved for adventurers. Your friend will not be permitted to take part in the auctions. You, on the other hand, would be more than welcome to participate. Should you have a mind to purchase a plot for yourself, pray speak with the resident caretaker. He can guide you through the process. Alright, and actually I think I'd kind of want to have that as... Where are you? There. So we can now actually go gather the reward for that. Alright, I'm fine with that. But all of these houses and stuff, they belong to other people. There are different sized plots. There are small, medium, large plots. People can build their houses, decorate them, do all kinds of stuff. But goddamn, it's expensive. And Fessa, these zones were filled so goddamn fast when individuals could buy houses, at least in Balmung. Yeah, they get really filled really fast. That's sort of a problem in a way. It would be nice if they had more, so it would be more feasible to actually own one for yourself. Space, why is it what is this Dark Souls you speak of? I only know Dank Souls and Fashion Souls. Well, Space, you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the game I was playing earlier, which was Dark Souls Prepare to Finland edition. That's what I'm talking about. It's a great game. It's not quite as brutal as real Finland, but it gets close. I can understand that they didn't want to make the game as brutal as Finland is, but because people wouldn't like a game that's going to be that difficult. So I kind of understand it. Dr. McPortion, more expensive than William Lane Craig's tax fraud settlements. Oh, yes, they're expensive. My main character has millions upon millions. I got like, I don't remember how much. I'm not super rich, which is kind of weird to hear. God damn it. Duty ready. Change to Archer. Commands. No, we're still Archer. Perfect. Oh, it's only 3 million for a small house now. Well, that's not too bad. Because I've got like 16. Space. Dank Souls. Prepare to meet an abrupt end whilst aptly dressed. I need to play that one too. There we go. And I'm once again going to be nice to the rest of the party and actually skip those cutscenes because I know people are a bit... sometimes. Let's be kind and greet people. Oh shit, I realized I don't have Realm Reborn Red at all. Because my classic is that after a duty I take a bottle of champagne and spray it around everywhere, but I don't have that item now. God damn it. Well, it can't be helped, and you aggroed the wrong enemy. There we go. Shit happens. There we go. Shit happens. Thankfully, nothing bad happened. Oh, there are 2 archers here. That's interesting. I'm still trying to remember the rotation. Oh, God. For... Okay, I'm glad we're taking it slow. The early dungeons can sometimes make it a bit hard for the tank to actually keep the aggro if they're not really that apt at playing yet. And our tank is, after all, a new sprout as well, as are we all, which means there are, at the very least, new characters. And it seems like he hasn't been in this dungeon before, because he tried to go there. Fessa, I use Heavensward's poppers personally, or played it and use a sparkler. To each their own, to each their own. That's what I say. I like Realm Reborn Red myself. There we go, I can use some area of effect attacks right now. You die, please. God damn it. Oh, wrong button. Damn it. Finn, do you plan on ordering one of Jim Baker's bonus packages to feed a family of Mongoloids for a year? No. I don't intend to order anything from Jim Baker. Honestly, this may sound kind of pretentious, but I do like one thing very much about Europe. And that is having standards, having good standards for what counts as food. For example, Subway's, what's the word? The cuts, they count as meat-like products, most of them. Because they don't have enough meat to count as full meat products. And Fessa, I must need sleep. Have a good stream. Well, it's great to have you here, Fessa. Do have a good night. Do have a good night. It's good to have you here, as always. There we go, let's continue. And do tell me if the volume levels are bad, by the way, because honestly, I'm not completely sure if they're too high, too low, or what they are. Oh, let's wait for the tank. I almost ran into enemies. I love our Fabio tank, actually. Doesn't look what you just see the lunch meals in American schools. It's just slop. I've seen the TV shows. If they are accurate to any degree, then... as in documentary TV shows, I mean. Not as in fictionalized television shows, but... having a hard time finding words at this hour, I'm sorry about that. God damn you. Well, fine. Okay, that was my mistake. I didn't realize that the tank didn't look around and see all the enemies. Thankfully, it was just one. Ooh, level 19. Perfect. One more level up. Nice. Dr. McPortion, it looks like they had some fat homeless guy let loose his bowels of a tray. Oh, fuck. That even sounds disgusting. There we go. Now that the tank has hit that one, I'm gonna start firing myself. Ooh, I can use off cooldowns. Nice. Now, please attack it. Thank you. And please heal our tank. Healer, please heal our tank. That would be really, really nice if you'd heal our tank a bit more. Good. Keep him alive, keep him alive, keep him alive. Keep the tank alive, thank you. So far, so good, I'd say. Space. I haven't been in high school in over a decade now. I assume they improved. Dr. Abortion. Fuck no, they're worse if anything. Meat padded made of cardboard and bristle. Ugh. Now I kind of regret that I ate already. To be completely honest. There we go. Interacted with one of the orb.
Stay forever.
Thank you very much for your subscription, Waffalafia. Much appreciated. You are now a proud citizen of the Totally Real Finland, trademarked. Thank you very much for your support, and Jesus Christ. I'm trying to... There we go. And thank you very much for making sure that the Totally Real Finland, trademark, can keep the holographic projectors on and lets all of the citizens have wonderful, wonderful Ultra HD 3D movies every night of the week. There we go. Okay, so what was the loot again? Gladiator... Oh, we can't use that. Pass. We don't have a retainer even yet, so I'm not going to take any extra things. Space. My lunch cost me $1.05 in high school. I got a main course, milk and veggies, and some dessert. It wasn't that bad. It wasn't bad. Yeah. Yeah, I kind of like Finnish school foods. Granted, they weren't the best you could have, but considering we didn't have to pay for them, it was more than decent. There we go. Chug, and then Missouri then. There we go. Perfect. Dr. McPherson, we got a slice of frozen square pizza when I was in elementary. Sauce was made of ketchup. Nasty. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry with Dr. McPherson. Why are you running around like that, tank? That's not necessarily a good idea. There we go. Yeah, it's not bad if you get food for $1. It doesn't really matter if it's kind of slob. It is still cheap food, so it's a lot better than nothing. And your description doesn't sound nearly as bad as Dr. McPherson's, not at all. Waffleathia, I don't think they've really improved. I know they're close to $3 where I went to school. I should probably try and find some kind of a site that shows you Finnish school food and stuff, just for comparison's sake. Because I'm honestly kind of interested in what kind of foods and how they're handled in different countries. They have it in schools and stuff. It's kind of interesting because I know nothing about school culture. You know, as a first-hand knowledge, I have only from Finland. So, hearing new things and learning things, it's fun. Dr. McPherson, I live in South Carolina. Companies that manufacture school food are the same as the mass-produced for jails and prisons. Well, they probably have large industrial-sized kitchens, so it's not really that surprising, to be honest. Rubber Duck, so I'm back, had some breakfast. Usually I don't drink coffee, but I had only a few hours of sleep. Well, welcome back, Rubber Duck. I hope you're not too tired, though. It's good to sleep occasionally, which might be a bit rich coming from a person who is actively not going to sleep right now after being awake the whole freaking night. But as I say, not as I do. That's that's the classic, I think. Yes, I remember, Dr. McPherson, that our school food came from because there was this There's this factory thing that makes the foods for a brand of, you know, prepackaged foods and stuff. And the foods came from there for most of the time I was there. It is, even though the students didn't pay for the food, the school does, of course. So they did. Now, what's the word when you have companies compete for the offer? You know, whether or not they get the right to provide a service. So of course, there are different companies do have to go through that, and then they'll see who gets to put the food and stuff like that. But they still have to abide by the certain standards and stuff and blah blah blah. Finland, we have bureaucracy, lots of it. It's not contract. It's the competition for a contract. It's in Finland. It's often called tarjouskilpailu. Not only who offers to do it cheap. Well, of course, sometimes it is who offers to do it the cheapest. But you know who manages to also have the best credentials that they'd be able to do it for the price that they are suggesting. We call it a tarjouskilpailu, which literally means, literally translated is an offer competition. So I don't know what the proper word for it is in English. I'm sorry about that. Let's see. Rubber Duck, I have an entrance exam today at 12 AM, woken 2 hours before my alarm. Jesus Christ. Well, I hope it's gonna go well, even though you haven't really slept that much. But I can get it. There's often that sort of nervousness striking before an important exam or something. So I get it. I've done the same, that I haven't slept properly before exams because I just couldn't sleep well. So I get it. Just remember, try to sleep after that if possible. Getting enough sleep, it's important. Trust me. I used to not sleep properly. I got a fucking ulcer. I drank too much coffee, I didn't sleep. I got an ulcer and I hate myself for that. Ooh, yes, need. Let's see. Free market capitalism? Oh no, yeah. But I hope that now that I kind of explained it, you understand what I meant. Even if you don't have a specific word for it. Dr. Of course, not to mention that here we had to pay for the food. Kids getting free food. Communism! Yeah, lots of those things are the reason why people call countries like Finland and Sweden communist countries. Because we do have many things which are socialized.
Hitler took to the DMT. Stalin took to the DMT. Mao took to the DMT. The DMT.
And thank you very much, Brother Duck, for the DMT. Much appreciated. Do remember to take your daily dose, and remember it keeps you 50 years ahead of technology. Because globalism. Robert Duck, I also found a basic understanding of Java is required, which I found yesterday at around 9 PM. That sounds fantastic. Oh shit, I pressed the wrong button. God damn it. Also, by the way, if you can notice the markers above those enemies, they are player-assigned markers. Usually the duty is left for the tanks to mark the enemies, and the courtesy is to kill the enemies in that order. Just saying. Dr. Finn, do you like, do your little ones ever take their own food? To school, you mean? If you mean to school, then, well, only when they have some kind of a field trip day, they take some sort of a snack and stuff like that. Other than that, no, they don't carry their own food to school. Go die, you groundsman, and now let's concentrate on that one. The first, okay, never mind then, let's concentrate on that one then. Trying to keep track of which enemy the tank is attacking is a good idea. Just saying. But yeah, they don't carry their own food to school because there's no purpose for it. Why would they carry their own food to school when they're gonna get food from the school? It would be kind of pointless for them to carry their own lunches and stuff. But yeah, sometimes when they have field trips and stuff like that, that's when they take some sort of a, you know, a sandwich, something to drink and stuff like that. Little things like that with them because, you know, when they're on a field trip somewhere, like, you know, going to the museum or something, they might want to eat something while they're there when they're hungry, but they don't have access to the cafeteria and stuff like that. I'm targeting number 2 now. Space, I always bought my lunch. Basic meal was 105. Extras like a small bag of chips was 50 cents. Stuff like extra orange drink was 35 cents, but I never got the extra stuff. It's kind of interesting if you've had shitty field trips in America. There's shitloads of nature and all kinds of other places there too, so I'd kind of expect there are plenty of places where you could visit with a school group. Though I'm assuming it does probably vary pretty heavily between different places, you know, where you live. So, yeah. Oh crap, wrong button. I was supposed to put 1. Because it would insta-crit. There we go. Oh, let's do the cultist orbs. There we go. Now the bridge comes. Soon, we are soon at the end boss, actually. Space, you could also get a double lunch, but only the main meal would double. The rest was the same, but it cost 210. Well, it was double the original price then, so it was a double. Kind of makes sense, in a way. If you're gonna have to pay for a double, it might cost double. Granted, in most capitalist efforts, it costs a little less to get the double, just to make it more appealing than just buying 2 singles. And document portion, we got to go to these beach islands down here in the southeast where I live. That was cool, but there are mosquitoes and gnats. So yeah, see, there were still things that were kind of nice. It's not all trips with schools are nice, definitely not. But plenty of them are, and I also, god damn it. Oh yeah, now that there's the tether, we need to kill the tethered enemies. Also, because before this one has been killed, that one does nothing. And where the hell was it? Main commands, main commands, main commands. Where are you? God damn it. Where's the limit break? There you are. I'm gonna add that there. There's a limit break gauge. It is a shared limit break gauge for the entire party. Often in regular duties, it is used by preferably a melee DPS character. Right now we don't have a melee DPS, so it's going to be used by either me or the other archer. All right, let's dodge a bit. No point in get out. Oh fuck! Didn't get out of the ring. Fine. Well, it's okay. There we go. Kill, kill, kill. And again. Now there are 2 tethered enemies. And this is again one of those ways in which the game teaches you things. For example, You can't damage the main enemy before the tethered ones are killed. Which you should be able to figure out by yourself, because you're gonna notice that you can't do any damage. And at the very first one is where you have only that one tethered, no other additional enemies. Which means the only other enemy you could attack is the imp. And when it dies, you can suddenly damage that enemy again. So, oh god damn it, you used it before it got to 2, did you? God damn it, not like that. Should have waited until it was in 2. It would have died immediately. Never mind. That's fine too, I guess. Space. Well, technically 2 single lunches would get you more food if you could trick the lunch ladies. Well, interesting. So, it's worst by 2 then. Doesn't of course lunch ladies have to put up with so much bad stuff. So sweet. Lots of, you know, those kinds of regular workers do have to go through. Hello, Vesilinto, how are you doing? Hope you have a fantastic night, you cunt. Oh, Jesus freaking Christ. I'm just gonna... Okay, I'm not gonna put it to the DPS. Let's put it to a tank then. Fine, that's gonna be fine. I wanted to put it to the DPS, but never mind. I got 2 player commendations. What the hell did I get 2 player commendations? So I got 2 out of 3. That's not bad for a DPS, I'd say. That's not bad for a DPS, not at all. Because like I've said, those are commendations are a currency that you can get from other players that decide that I'm gonna give this commendation to that player. And since there were 3 other players there, 3 was a maximum you could get, and I got 2 of them, and I was a DPS. That's friggin' amazing. Let's see, what did I miss? Listen, you made my day, Daddy. Jesus fucking Christ. I'm glad to hear that, Vesilinto. Dr. Mook was so... How long has Prime Minister Pekka Luorslampi been in office? I don't honestly remember. The last year or 2 have been a bit hectic, so I haven't really paid that much attention to Finnish politics, to be completely honest. Alright, so now we need to kill these for the quests as well. I don't think I'll do that many of these quests now, to be completely honest. I'll do the ones that I've taken. Or should I? Should I just continue the main? No, I'm gonna leave these open for now. I'm gonna still leave these open. Because, I'm gonna leave these open because, no, it says, I haven't paid attention to the passage of time, Dr. McPortion. That's what I'm trying to say. I don't even remember when the last election was. Which is kind of sad, because I voted. It's just hard to explain how freaking hectic my life's been lately. I'm just happy that I have streaming to keep me a little bit more sane than I usually am. I wish it was that, Dr. McPortion. I wish it was that. Alright, I'm gonna go get that Where the Heart is, the Lavender Beds reward. Then we are going to go back to Mother Mion to report. So we can actually get the reward for that. Then we actually probably have to go pick up a... Oh, goddammit. Then we actually have to probably pick up a... Actually, did we get that? No, we didn't get that. God damn it. The other archer got the armor. Shit. Then we're gonna have to start wondering about our gear a little bit, because we are starting to be at level 20. And we still have under level 14 gear. Granted, usually it would be an easy way to get gear updates. Or gear upgrades, actually, by just playing the game, doing the quests, because the quest rewards often include armor pierces. And it's like if we would do lots of quests from the level 15 areas, we should get probably a full set of armor for level 15. There are very often quests where you can get a full set of armor and a weapon for one class by just doing those quests. But right now, because I'm trying to go through the main scenario as fast as possible, I'm not going to do that as much as I might do if I were playing this off stream, because I do kind of want to get to the retainers at some point. I don't remember how far they were, but I do remember they were at the main scenario quest. Do they still determine who wins the election based on who takes the biggest shit on the stage of the Gettyskunta? Well, isn't that how politics generally works? Mother me on, welcome back, Faye. I'm reliably informed that your foray into the Deepcroft was a success. Nor did I expect anything less. You've made such a habit of succeeding that it's difficult not to take your talents for granted. Rest assured, however, Mother is impressed, even if she isn't surprised. Lord Lewin asked me to pass on his thanks. I must say it's something of a relief to be able to call upon such a capable adventurer. Sadly, death has become an ever more common occurrence within our fraternity of late. Times being what they are, the guild is constantly inundated with petitions, and we are hard-pressed to find enough hands to deal with them all. While this means no shortage of work for able souls such as yourself, it also provides ample opportunity for the inexperienced to overreach themselves, with predictable consequences. As if to illustrate a point... Avia's gone, and it's all your fault. If it hadn't taken your age to heal him, he would still be alive. But I tried. He bolted out of range before I could finish the spell. He shouldn't have been so hard-pressed in the first place. We should have done more to lighten this burden. Bah! To the hell with this pathetic excuse for a party. I'm leaving, and it'd be too soon if I never see your faces again. Goodbye and good riddance. I'm leaving as well. I doubt this comes as any surprise, but I never liked you. I only suffered you for your healing, but you couldn't even do that one thing right. Cruel though this may sound, you brought this upon yourself. So, this is a basic MMO party then. Oh, and by the way, some parting advice, get rid of Vivia's head. Bury it, cremate it, do whatever the hell you like with it, but for God's sake, stop carrying it around. It's just get rid of it, alright? What, you're carrying somebody's head? Don't leave me alone, please. Are you carrying somebody's head? I'm sorry, but that bit just sound... Wait, you're carrying his head? What? Seems like this have become all too common. That makes a dozen times in half as many days. Now you see why I'm grateful for the adventurers of your experience. I can send women like you on a mission without worrying that you might not return. Well, not so much, at any rate. Speaking of missions, I'd entrust you with another. About a bell ago, I received a message from my counterpart in Uldar. She seeks the services of a reliable adventurer, and you're nothing if not reliable. If you think you might be interested in this task, say the word and I'll be glad to share the details with you. Now we're gonna get the third. Dungeon. And it is, as you may have guessed already, in Uldar. And we also got Peloton. Mion has information on a new task. So you're not averse to taking a little trip. Wonderful. As I mentioned earlier, the request comes to us from the Adventurers Guild in Uldar. Once you arrive, seek out Momody, the proprietress of the Quicksand. Think of her as the Sultan's version of myself. Chances are she'll send you to the midst of danger, but I have every confidence that you'll pull through unscathed. Now go off, Faye, and good luck. You Michael Kors bag. Alright, and now we have the gloves, and I'm gonna actually check out two things. First of all, we're gonna go there. Actually, first of all, we're gonna go to the store. No, yeah, I'm gonna go grab that one first. Grab the new class quest. Where did Peloton go? Why isn't it in my skill bar? What? Oh, because, of course, I've forgotten to check the role skills completely. We have 3 new skills here. Let's see. Peloton, what's this? Increases movement speed of self and nearby party members as long as they remain within distance for 30 seconds. Effect ends when enemy is generated, cannot be used in battle. So this is basically a thing we can use to move swiftly in dungeons when we're out of combat. Then, Foot Grace. Binds target. Cancels order attack upon execution. Target unbound if damage taken. So we can basically use this to help tanks catch enemies that go after our healer. I'm gonna put it there. And Leg Grace. Inflicts target with heavy plus 40%. This is basically the similar, except this one binds until the enemy is struck and then the bind ends. Whereas this adds heavy, which is an effect which lowers the movement speed and doesn't end when the enemy is struck. So those are actually pretty damn good control skills, which we just realized we have. Yeah, I kind of forgot to check the role skills. I know, I'm an idiot. Guildmaster Lucian wants you to go to Busserun's Druthers. Alright. You come at a good time, Faye. I have a task for you. A petition has arrived from the proprietor of Buscarron's Druthers out in the South Shroud. The petitioner, Buscarron himself, has requested our assistance in dealing with the gang of poachers. I would have the 3 of you meet with him and investigate his claims.
Hey, frogs, friggin' frogs, bear! It's not funny!
Yes, it is, and thank you very much for the frogs. Do spread the pride, and remember, the more chemicals it has, the better it is for you. It would be better if I went alone, Lucien. The Mikota and the other one will only encumber me. No, Silver, you will go as 3. Also, it's past time you recognize Faye as a fellow archer. I have held my tongue on the matter of her continued presence here, but I will bend no further. Who in the 7 hells do you think you are, Barlord Levin? In case you've forgotten, you aren't even a Quiverman anymore. That may be, but I've shed blood defending our borders, unlike you, savage. Savage? You know nothing about me, you bigoted son of a... Enough! But one more word and you shall have cause to regret your petulance. The 3 of you will go to Buscarron's Druthers in the South Shroud, now out of my sight. And thank you for the frog as well, much appreciated. Let's see, we can get some equipment from that, so maybe we should do that. It was in South Shroud, right? So we don't have a route to South Shroud yet. It goes from there, so we need to go to yet another area. I'm gonna check the store first. I'm gonna check if we can buy more equipment, and I'd leave that class quest for a little bit later then. Let's see, where was it? Miketo's Amphitheater. Leatherworkers Guild. I think that was closer. No, I removed that for now because I'm not sure if it works properly. So I'm gonna check it out first, Vasilinto, and then I'm going to possibly reactivate it. I'm gonna do some tests later when I have the time. Let's see, where's the merchant? Merchant. Tinkerer,
Hitler took for the DMT. Stalin took for the DMT. Mao took for the DMT. The DMT.
And thank you very much, Space Alchemist, for the DMT. Much appreciated. Do remember to take your daily dose. It keeps you 50 years ahead in technology. Battlecraft supplier. This is the one. No, arms. That's weapons, right? Let's see. Purchase weapons level 20 to 29. Bow. There you are. So it's level 21, so it's next level, so there's no purpose in buying it yet. So screw you. I'm going home. Tailor. Tool supplier Tailor, maybe? Hello, you. Disciple of War Gear. There we go. Gear level 20 to 29. Let's see. They're not that expensive even. I guess I could buy them. Goatskin Braze. Belt, yes. Arm guards, yes. Jacket, yes. And an iron salad. There we go. Now, oh shit. Cancer. Dr. McWashington, what bands do you listen to nowadays, Finn? It's hard to say. I listen to quite a lot of different bands. Dream Theater, as pretentious as it may be, is still one of my favorites. I do enjoy it quite a lot. And then all kinds of electronic music and stuff like that. It's hard to say this or that. It was the Great Hall of DMT. Right, Vasilina? Robert Duck, are you interested in Monster Hunter World? Well, yeah. Kind of, yes. I've been thinking about getting it for the PC at some point. When it hasn't come yet, has it? I don't think it has. I'm not sure. See, this is what I mean. I'm so confused because I don't really have that much time to keep up with the current events and stuff like that. But yes. And Space, what, 50 years ahead? How am I playing ukulele then? That's nostalgia town, design-wise. I said in technology, not in tastes. That's a different thing, Space Alchemist. I'd watch Introvert playing that game. Monster Hunter? Let's see. Who are you? Yeah, this was... this was a great one. Ah, please stay away! Oh, forgive me, I had a rather frightful experience at the Gold Saucer not long ago. Only now I've managed to catch my breath from running. As I was making for Wonder Square, I was assaulted by a pair of ghastly white creatures careening down the hallway. I glimpsed them, but only for a moment before they vanished into air. I'm convinced the place is haunted. No doubt the poor souls of gamblers who lost one too many turns of cuff occur. Judging by your dress, I take it you're an adventurer. Please, you must go and purge the Gold Saucer of those spirits. With such frightful spectres lurking around, it will spell the end of establishment as we know it. Even as we speak, Lord Mandeville's doing all he can to get the situation under control, but I fear he's at his wit's end. You must hurry before it's too late. If you've yet to visit Gold Saucer, you'll need a ticket for admission. Perhaps you could try speaking with that young man over there. He's been gloating over his winnings and seems to be in a generous mood. Okay, so we, it's that one then. Never mind. Never mind. It was that one then. This one opens the Gold Saucer. I should have realized with the plus friggin' sign. Anyway, do be careful with those. Break anything and I shall be forced to deduct it from your salary. Oh, beg pardon, what's this, my loyal manservant carrying? Why, a not so small fortune in prizes ably won by yours truly in the Gold Saucer. You have heard of the Gold Saucer? Nay, ye gods, woman, you might at least try to keep up with the times. It's only the sultanest, newest and finest place of entertainment. Thrilled to the sight of majestic birds roaring down the streets at the chocobo races, pit your wits against your peers at the triple triad tables. At the Gold Saucer, one can do all this and more. And if you know what you're about, you'll walk out a wealthier woman that you've entered. If there's a better place to shake off one's cares after a grueling day of promenading, I've never heard of it. Did I mention the prizes? Ha, but I dare say you'd rather discover them for yourself. Yes, I'll wager you're wondering just how in Thal's good name you can experience the wonders of the Gold Saucer firsthand. Am I right or am I right? Ha, I thought as much. Well, since this happens to be my lucky day, I don't see why it shouldn't be yours too. I just happen to have a spare golden airship ticket, you see. Consider it a gift from me to you, milady. There we go. So, now we have a ticket to the Gold Saucer. And we need to go to the airship landing if we want to go there. So maybe we'll unlock that too at some point. Let's see. Autumn release for PC. Yeah, I thought so too, that it wasn't released yet, Rubberduck. Space, you should probably just play Dauntless instead of Monster Hunter or God Eater. Well, I do have God Eaters as well. Let's see. Space, I don't think Monster Hunter will come to PC anytime soon, if ever. It already has a release date set, Space. It's supposed to come this autumn, Monster Hunter World. It's already confirmed that it's coming for PC. So it's not really that, if ever, because it's confirmed. Rubberduck, I've heard of Dauntless. Any good? Space, it's okay, I like the art. Rubberduck, but they did say that they will release Monster Hunter World to PC this autumn fall. Yes. Space, I haven't really paid attention, not really my thing. And Captain Crispy, hello, how are you doing? Hope you're enjoying the stream. And hello, what a great voice to listen to you have. Oh, thank you very much. I do my best. I do my best to sound legible. Considering I'm a Finn, most of the times I'm quiet, so it does take... It is difficult. Oh, Jesting aside, thank you very much for the compliment, Captain Crispy. Much appreciated. Mobbity, judging by your determined expression, I take it you ain't here for ale. Are you called Fate Travert by any chance? Mion sent word that you're reporting for duty. She also made a point of calling you the adventurer of the moment. That ain't no small praise coming from her. But you didn't come all the way here to listen to my prattle. Doubtless you're eager to get started, so let's talk business, shall we? Alright, let's take the all classes one this time. We're gonna need that after all at some point. Dr. McWharton, the way you pronounce Monster Hunter sounds like Monsanto, which is one of Alex Jones' big conspiracies. Coincidence? I think so. Yes, it's my accent. Yes, there is no Illuminati conspiracy behind that. No. All right. What do you want, Modi? Do tell us. The petitioner ought to be arriving any moment now. Gods almighty, another second under the sun, and I would have been set off fire. A tankard of ale, if you'd be so kind. That's a nice moustache. Excellent timing, Papachan. It just so happens the adventurer who will be handling your petitions here. So, the winsome lass is the much-lauded adventurer, is she? Marvellous, marvellous. A pleasure to make your acquaintance, milady. I'm Papachan, formerly of the Sultan's Sworn. I thank you for agreeing to lend us your aid. Mayhap you'd like to appraise Faye of mission? Yes, of course. The petition in question was submitted by an acquaintance of mine at Amagina and Sons Mineral Concern. It relates to an unfortunate development at Copperville Mines. To be plain, giants have seized control of the place. These giants are of the clan known as the Hectaton Shearers, fearsome creatures who were sealed within the deepest depths of the mines during bygone Thorn dynasty. Alas, it seems they've managed to break through the layer of rock which served to imprison them, and now prowl the tunnels where the miners ply their trade. The creatures are justifiably angry about their treatment at the hands of our ancestor, and their presence has forced the suspension of all mining activities on the site. It's no wonder they're angry. Didn't the Throne dynasty come to an end over 300 years ago? You know your history well, milady. The people of that age used to be Hectaton shears to work in their mines. By way of enchanted helms, they were able to bind the ferocious creatures to their will. But as is oft the way in such tales, these enchantments eventually failed, and the slaves rose up against their masters. In a desperate bid to contain the unbridled fury of the Hectaton shears, our ancestors included the corrupts of the mine's lowmost levels. So it was that the great giant revolt was ended, buried beneath 100,000 tons of rock. Well now, that's got me thinking. I seem to recall there being an article about Copperville in the Mythrili a fortnight or so ago. Said the mines were being reopened so as to meet the rising demand for building materials. Like as not, our boys dig a bit too deep and free the giants. Gods, to think the poor creatures are still alive and kicking after 3 centuries. That's a long time to nurse a grudge. They must be seething. Indeed, and that's make them a danger to us all. There will be no mining at Copperville so long as they remain. For the sake of both peace and prosperity, they must be subdued. This is the task which we would have you undertake. I'll not deny that the mission will be rife with danger, but our need is great, and so I beg you, put an end to this sorry business. There we go. This is going to be our 3rd duty we unlock. Gods bless you. I fear you might have reservations, but I assure you it is for the best. In case you don't know, Copperville mines are in the Western Thanalan. Do take care, you hear? Ah, and one last thing before you depart. An employee of Amagina and Sons is presently at the quicksand. The fellow's name is Painted Mesa, and he knows Copperville mines well. It may behoove you to seek his counsel. Alright. So we shall do exactly that. And he's there behind us. Looking for Painted Mesa? You found him! So you're the adventurer who's volunteered to deal with the mess down in Copperville, have you? You've got gunsmiths. Just hope you've got the skills to go with them, because things ain't pretty down there. Hectaton shears have left the place in a right state in nary a week after the mining resumed. I don't know if you know this, but Copperville was old when the second old dynasty was still young, and it was abandoned centuries ago. If it hadn't been for the shortage of materials needed for a rebuilding effort, the concern would have never thought to reopen it. We knew full well about the giants beforehand, but the project went ahead anyway. I mean, nothing could have possibly survived being buried under mountains worth of rock for 3 centuries, right? Wrong. Our miners dug up more than they bargained for. One swing of the pickaxe too many, and they found themselves in the company of giants. Unless we can subdue them, the nation's glorious recovery will grind to a halt for want of aught to build with. Zone torches are keeping watch over the entrance in case the giants fancy some sunlight and fresh air. One of them will be able to show you the way in. The hope of the nation's resting on you, friend. Best of luck. Alright, so, let's see. Western Thanalan, right? So, let's check the map. Central, Western. There we go. So we should have... damn it, not that way. We should be able to actually teleport there because I have unlocked all of these things. The Aetherites, I mean. So we can teleport everywhere that they allow us to. And Captain Crispy, the voice you do for the little old man is so perfectly fitting. Just by listening out, assuming it's an old alchemist son just in medieval times. Thank you, I do try my best. I'm still relatively new at trying new voices, so... trust me, there are gonna be really, really fucking horrible ones too. Gate of the Sultana. My apologies for the cough. This is where we're gonna go, Western Thanalan, and now we should see it on the map. There's the Copperbill Mines, and there's also one unattuned Aetherite, one of the large Aetherite crystal things. So let's first go over there, then we're gonna go to the Copper Hell. Actually, if I remember correctly, the Retainer quest is actually a level 17 quest. So, we should be getting closer. And already in advance, even though we still have about 1.5 hours to go today, I'm still going to say it in advance already. I will probably do some of these basic quests, you know, these with the regular exclamation mark speech bubble. But I will leave all of the main scenario quests and all of these plus quests, all of that stuff I'm gonna leave. All of that stuff I'm gonna leave for the streams. And we're too low level. Fine, let's level sync. Level sync means that we are lowered to the level required, lowered to the maximum level that a event allows. Because we were way too high level now for this one. So we were now synchronized to level 10. Also, notice the name of the event. Copied pastes. The enemies' names are pastes. And we kill them, because there's lots of them. So they're copied pastes. The game has puns, which is one of the reasons why I do enjoy the game. It has puns. And also, by the way, now you can see from the level sync. This is what I was trying to explain before, but I couldn't show properly. We can't use Quick Knock, because it is a level 18 skill, and we're synced to level 10, so we couldn't use the skill that was too high level for us. And as we get more skills, that's going to become more obvious. For example, if you're going to go to these earliest dungeons with a maximum level character, you're going to notice that most of your skills are going to be grayed out and you can't use them. Which I kind of like, because that means that even later on, it still kind of makes sense to go to the lower level dungeons and stuff, because they are still going to be, well, while not nearly as challenging as they were when you were the right level, with really crappy armor and equipment in general, usually. You're gonna have better equipment, but you're still gonna be synced down, so it's not gonna be super, super easy that often. And you're still gonna get experience and stuff, because you're synced to the level, so you're still gonna get the experience. Alright, time to go to the mines. Space! Woo! Captain Crispy, I can see where Thack's hosting you. Found you through him. Oh, welcome. Well, yeah, Toppers in Champagne. Wonderful person, wonderful person. And also had in mind to look into Final Fantasy MMO, but never had the time. Playing a lot of World of Warcraft myself, but now's perfect time watching this stream. Yeah, well, and if you have any questions, do ask, because I have played a lot further than I am right now, so I should be able to, well, remember at least most of the things. But I can show you one of the things which I really, really, really enjoy about this game, and which I think is one of the strengths of Final Fantasy XIV as an MMO. And it's this. if you can see all of these markers here, these are our gear sets. But they're also our classes. Because I have now unlocked all of the classes that we can now unlock. And just with a press of a button, we can change to that class. For example, here we have all of the crafting skills. You can see all of the individual levels of those. Disciples of Land, you can see these are the gathering skills. We have the Miner, Botanist, Fisher. We have all of them unlocked. All of them have their individual gear sets and their individual levels and skills, of course. And then here are the combat classes. These are expansion classes. The Red Mage, Machinist, Astrologian, Dark Knights, and Samurai. They're all expansion classes, so we can't unlock them yet. And if I remember correctly, Scholar is a thing that unlocks when we level up Arcanist more. But I could be wrong. I need to check that out, because I don't remember that well. But these are all the classes we are. It's not just that we have them. It's just we are these. We can just, for example, if I want to be Thaumaturge, there. Now we're a Black Mage, basically. Then now we're a Lancer. See, our skill bars change. Our equipment changes. So if you want to try another character class, you don't have to make a new character. You don't have to lose all your things, all your progress. You can just, well, I'm gonna go to the guild, I'm gonna take the class, and I'm gonna try it out. This is one of the things that I really, really freaking love about this game. Captain Crispy, nice. So you're playing all the time just one character. No need to like 13 twinks like in WoW. Exactly. Exactly. Because all of the things you can do for the one character. And that, in my opinion, is one of the best friggin' features in the game. Stonetorch, there's been an incident outside Copperable Mines. We're here to ensure that its effects are contained, but for your own safety I suggest you stay well away from here. What? You're an adventurer who's volunteered to quell the Hectorton Shires? I didn't think that Papashan would be able to find someone so quickly, if at all. The giants are content to wreak havoc inside the mines for now, but it's only a matter of time before they think to come inside. The sooner you see to them, the better. Make ready as best you can and enter at will. There we go. And now we have the duty available to us. I'm going to unselect the Tamtara Deepcraft. We're going to go with the Copperable Mines. And there we go. Let's join and see how long it takes for us to get a party. Also, I really do enjoy this way of getting into dungeons. Because, for example, you can see I am now queuing. I am now queuing to one dungeon. I'm queuing to the Copperable Mines right now. And while I'm waiting, I can do other things. Captain Crispy, but if you change mine and don't want to be any more the race you are, race change possible, or could you carry over one progress to a new character? Race change is possible. If I remember correctly, you get one free one. I have it in the mail somewhere, but I don't remember where it is. I think it's still in the mail. But there's an item called the Fantasia Potion. And it basically does it that when you use the Fantasia Potion, then you're logged out, and you go back in to the character creation screen. So you can start over from the beginning and you can either load an appearance data, because the character creation lets you save appearance status. So you can toy around with the character creator, find the look you want, then save the look, then use the Fantasia Potion on your character and load the look you wanted to put. So that's one way you're doing it. But more than the first one that I think you get, I think it was the first veterancy reward, which is basically the first time you actually subscribe. I think the first one was a Fantasia Potion. And after that, you, of course, if you want to do multiple changes, you're going to have to pay, because that's one of those extra items that you get. That if you want to keep your character that has it all, but changed all of the looks of it, then you're going to have to pay. So if you want to change the race, basically. Other than that, there are many ways. There's for example, a character called the Aesthetician, who has all kinds of facial hairstyles and stuff like that, which aren't even in the character creator. So There are many ways to alter the appearance of your character. I honestly don't remember how much the Fantasia potion cost. Since we're waiting for the duty, I can quickly check it. I'm just this is one of the things that I often do while waiting for duties. I mine or craft. Just a second. Let's see. So I honestly don't remember how much it costs. Let's see. Well, damn it, I need to log in. I don't want to log in now. Yeah, I don't remember, but it costs money, of course, as everything does usually. Dr. McPortion, what is Suomi Stream It? Suomi Stream It is it is Finnish for Finnish streams. It is a community of Finnish streamers, most of course which stream in Finnish. I stream primarily in English, but it is one of those things that when you want to join a community, show that if people are looking for Finnish streamers, I'll show to them, and then other people might find other Finnish streamers by looking at, oh, what's this? Suomi Stream It, a Finnish streamers community. Let's check who else is streaming under that banner. And yeah, I think it kind of does, Captain Crispy. It sounds like streaming. Also, I'm gonna explain this as well, because we are now doing this mining thing for a while waiting for the duty. These things are pretty important. The fire shards, water shard, all the elemental shards are used in every crafting. So, because I'm gonna show, for example, I'm here in the crafting log now. 1 maple lumber takes 1 wind shard and 3 logs. So you don't only need the raw materials, you always need some shards. So these will be important to all crafting, which is why it's also one way to make money. Gather that and then sell them at the marketplace, because crafters will need them anyway. And lots of them. And Dr. McPortion, see you later. Finn, we'll see you later, Dr. McPortion. As always, it would be great to have you here, and hope you have a great day, night, time of day. I think it's night, because it's starting to be morning here. So have a good night, Dr. McPortion. There we go. Now all we need is a healer. There's already tank in queue, both DPS is in queue, so all we need is a healer and we get to the dungeon. And of course, later on when you get to higher levels, you are going to get skills which lets you increase the yield of mining, which means you're going to get more items per strike. For example, if I remember, for the shards, you can get, I think it was +3 or something. I don't remember. Or was it +1 with a random chance of more? Something. But anyway, increases the yield, which lets you get more per each strike, which makes gathering things faster, of course. Dr. McPorson, it's almost 1 AM here. Oh, damn. So, well, it might be a good idea to go to bed then. So I don't blame you. Do have a good night, Dr. McPortion. And Captain Crispy, okay, from what I see on the browser, Fantasia costs €7, so that's a very fair price. Yeah, it's not that bad. €7 for a complete change of appearance for a character that you may have spent hundreds of hours on, because you can do everything on that one character. So yeah, it doesn't sound that bad of a price. Not at all. Because I remember that I have gotten myself a Fantasia potion, and that pretty much means that it can't be that expensive. Because I'm usually very cheap about buying that stuff myself. And Captain Crispy, compared to €25 in World of Warcraft or faction change for 30. Yeah, those are pretty hefty prices. But there's one thing that Final Fantasy XIV does collect a lot of money for. And that is mounts and mini pets. Those are usually pretty expensive. Granted, they are just cosmetics. They don't do anything other than give you... there we go. Level 8 miner. All they do is give you a mount that looks different. And can have a different background music. Because many mounts have their own background musics, for example. But those can cost a lot. I kind of wanted the fat chocobo mount, but I didn't want to pay almost 20 euros for a mount for one character. Countdown Crispy, lucky for me I'm not into mounts or pets. It may change. The community of Final Fantasy XIV, especially the endgame community, it kind of has an obsession with mounts and mini pets. I want my red panda, honestly, because the red panda is friggin' amazing. Many of the pets are drops from dungeons, also, you know, rare drops from dungeons. And I got one when I was first playing the first expansion of the game, and I don't remember now the name of the dungeon anymore, but I went through a dungeon, and for the first time for the story. And I managed to win the mini pet from the end chest. And I just thought, God damn, this is amazing. I have a red panda. I'm gonna use it because it's amazing, and it can climb on my shoulder and stay there while I run around. And I have a cute little red panda just sitting there on my shoulder. Oh, like that's nice. And then my free company, which is the equivalent of a guild in this game, my free company members were saying that when they saw me, they said, Jesus Christ, you've got the fucking red panda. It's rare and fucking expensive. People are trying to farm it. And you got it. God damn it. I was like, oh, I didn't even realize I had gotten a pet that at that point was rare and expensive as fuck. I could have sold it for about what? I think at that point it was about 26 million when I checked it. It wasn't about 26 million gil at the marketplace. I could have sold it on the marketplace, but nah, I wanted to keep it anyway. Oh, actually, I couldn't have sold it at that point anymore. But even if I would have known that it was damn expensive, I still would have kept it because it was just cute. The fat cat is my second favorite. The way it rolls over, it's just so nice. Hard to explain. Come on, dungeon. Pop already. Well, World of Warcraft Soul Mounts also goes 25 and Pets 10, but there's nothing with shoulder climbing, etc. Yeah, it's some of the mini pets in the game you can call to yourself, and when you're a regular sized character, those mini pets climb to your shoulder and hang there. But if you're a Lalafell, which is one of those smaller characters that you've seen probably. Well, the people who gave us the mission to go here, they were Lalafells. For those characters, they don't climb to the shoulder, but instead they climb to their head and sit on their head. There's some small creatures like, you know, I think there are squirrels, the red panda, some birds and stuff like that that do things like that. Alright, I want to do something else because actually, let's see if we could go to the gold saucer, unlock the gold saucer. I almost forgot about that. Because like I said, there is... The only thing we can't do while we're in a duty queue is do some sort of a story instance where we actually have to go into an instance, because that we can't do. But other than that, everything that happens in the open world we can do while waiting for the dungeon. The only bad part is, of course, in this type of system is when you're a DPS character, it can take quite a while to get into some dungeons sometimes. Now, let's see. Where... How did I get there? Hosting strip. There's an elevator. Okay. Captain Crispy. Lalafell are also potatoes called. Yeah, some people do call them potatoes, kinda. Some people don't like Lalafells much. I'll be completely honest. Oh, wait, no. That's... Is it that? Yeah, that... There's a lift there. Oh, it's from there! Never mind. I'm having a hard time reading the map. Remember a friend showed me once a screenshot from the character he's playing. Yeah, I've heard that before. I've heard that before, yes. I just see them as Chucky dolls, basically, you know. On the surface, they might look nice and friendly, but inside them, I know there's a violent, vicious murderer that wants to burn everything down and stab you in the eye. I don't trust Lalafells. Actually, one of my first characters I made was a Lalafell that I tried to make look as much like a murderer as possible, you know, with kind of bloody face prints and stuff like that. And yes, he was called Chucky. This is the reception desk for flights bound for the Mandeville Gold Saucer. Before proceeding, I must ask you that you submit your ticket for inspection. You do have a ticket, yes? Yes, we have. Here you are. Have a golden airship ticket. It appears that everything is in order. An airship will be departing shortly before the next bell. Shall I reserve a seat for you? Yes, let's travel to the Gold Saucer. Let's go check that place out while we're waiting for the dungeon. And as you can see, we don't even have to be anywhere near the area where we want to go to the duty. We can be friggin' anywhere and queue for any. And there we go. The Gold Saucer. Like I've said in an earlier stream, this has many throwbacks to older games. Captain Crispy, well, you can look as cute as you want, but on MMOs it's mostly everything about murder here and murder there. Pretty much, yeah. And the Black Mages Guild is basically Lalafells. So that should tell you a lot about what they are. Deep inside. And there we are. We're getting to the Gold Saucer. Here we can do all kinds of random... Oh, shit. Skip cutscene, skip cutscene. Yes, please. We have about 40 seconds to change to Archer and commence. God damn it. No! No. Quick. Yes, I know. Get me back. The timer is ticking. Timer is ticking. Load, you piece of garbage. Oh, yes. That, though, is a problem with the Duty Finder, because it always seems to pop at the most unfortunate moments. Jesus freaking Christ. Oh my god. No, I wasn't worried. I wasn't worried at all. Oh my god. All right. All right. I'm gonna do some AOE here too. I'm gonna little test the tank out a little bit. See how well they're able to keep the aggro. I'd say pretty damn well. Captain Crispy, I know the situation very well, or exactly when I need to do business and come back 1 minute later, you see that you missed the dungeon invitation. Exactly. Yeah, it's always the moment when you least want it to happen. There we go. Now, please wait until everyone gets to the elevator. Thank you. So we have Archer, that's me, then we have a Marauder, we have a Conjurer as a healer, and we have a Pugilist. So we have a Punchy Punch guy as our second DPS. That person's going to be the one who can use our limit break. Because melees have a stronger signal target attack. And the limit break is usually reserved for bosses. Or, well, usually the final boss. Except in raids it can be used before. And in raids it has a little bit many different uses as well, but there's really no point to going too deep into that. But for example, I don't remember what the tanks limit break was, but healer, or was it? No, healers I think had was it a mass resurrect? And tanks had a shield that projects a dome above all of the. Well, it projects a dome, and if you're under it, you're gonna get shitloads less damage, which is used often for the ultimate attacks of bosses to survive them. So there are different uses for limit breaks, but they're usually in basic dungeons. They're basically used to do heavy damage to the final boss. But again, it's one of those things that slowly but surely people will be taught via the game, doing it, you know, giving you a bit by bits. Giving you access to it bit by bit. That's what I'm trying to say. For example, now we have a limit break that has only one bar, but there will be more. And trust me, the higher it is, the better. There we go. So these creatures are the ones that the people want us to slay. Alright, we get the Misery's End. Not really much point poisoning that, but I'm still gonna do that. And there we go. Perfect. Captain Crispy, exactly. You're waiting 30 minutes for an invite, go 1 minute away from keyboard and you missed. Requeue. Exactly. It's friggin' annoying. Well, if you want to have exact statistics, then yes, you do need. You can see individual damage numbers there, but if you want to see the aggregate, as in some sort of a combat tracker, then yes, you're gonna need an add-on for that. It's assuming it's still the most popular. There's advanced combat tracker is the one that people usually used. But it's mostly at all useful in the very end game. Because in these, which are called leveling dungeons, basically. In these leveling dungeons, it's very rare that somebody would be so unleveled that they wouldn't be able to pull their punches. And in any other case, even. The game does have item level restrictions, which means that you can't, when you get to the high level things, you can't get to the dungeons until you have a certain item level. So you're always going to be at least minimum geared to do the job you need to do. Granted, some people might have higher standards than the minimum, but that's up to those situations then. But mostly the community, I'd say, is pretty nice. And people usually use those trackers to track themselves more than others. So far so good, we're doing fine. Alright, Lightning Sprite, let's do that one. Crit again, Misery's End, and it's done. There we go. Brigand Copper Carrier. Let's added the crit chance buff, then let's start doing the basic attack for us. There's no need to start doing AoEs when there's only 2 enemies, in my opinion. Now, Misery's End, the other off... No, we don't. The other off global cooldown skill. Bloodletter, that's the name. Keep the buffs up, keep the poison up, and there we go. Perfect. We're gonna need to take the Fire Sand. Do take it. Thank you, Lachlan Krell. Now, this dungeon basically shows us the usage of items. As you've probably seen, if you've been here all the time, of course, not to me to be assuming of things, but if you've been here in the previous dungeon too, then you probably would have noticed that this one has slightly different mechanics in it already, because in the previous one there were just use this item and things happen. Now we need to pick up an item and collect items, put them in the right place, and then use items. So the players are slowly being taught that things can get more complex. And this is actually very important when it comes to a certain boss also over here. Just saying. Alright. Now comes basically a wave mode defense type of thing. There are plenty of weak enemies that come in waves. Assuming we have good damage, this isn't any kind of a problem. Mostly just do basic attacks and kill them all. There we go, more Spriggans. Alright, now we can do an AoE. There we go. Perfect. Alright, any more? Flambeau. That's basically the bomb of this one. Captain Crispy, are you on an RP server? All seem to have decent names. No Death Killer, Shadow Master, Lord, Little Dagger, etc. Or are there rules that prevent you from having some unfitting name? No, it's it's just the community basically. There are all kinds of weird friggin' names, but most actually want to have a decent name. So it's what I said, that in general the community in the game is pretty damn friendly, and you can also see it from the fact that people actually try when they make names. So no, there are no enforcements. There are no enforcements, well, other than, of course, you need to have a first name and a last name. But you could still do death killers and stuff like that. But other than that, there are no restrictions saying that you can't have silly internety names. It's just the community that most people want to have a proper name. As you probably have seen, there hasn't been any constant whining in dungeons either. Nobody has yet said, do fucking more damage, DPS. Why are you so slow? Let's do this, let's do that. Which sometimes I've gotten annoyed with in certain MMOs. My traumas are coming back. But no, there are no rules preventing you from doing that. It's just the way the players are. Alright, now let's put the crit back on. I need to try and remember to keep it back on. So sometimes let the crit drop, and that's not a good thing. I could have started with poison now, and then Bloodletter from off cooldown. Basic heavy shots, then and Misery's End, and it's dead. There we go. I do like my off cooldown skills. Especially Misery's End, it can do pretty damn heavy damage if when you can finally use it. Of course, the only problem with that is you can only use it after the enemy has lost 80% of its health, but in larger bosses, that still does mean that you're gonna probably get a couple of Misery's End through. Because enemies, the bigger enemies, even the 20% can be quite a bunch. There we go, let's put the crit back on now. Then the basic attacks. Alright, and now we need to go to the side chambers. Now we need to go to the side chambers to gather the powders and stuff. Thank you, tank, for not paying attention that there was still an enemy over here. The enemy was attacking our healer. Please, tank, pay attention. Okay, the tank's not getting my commendation. The tank's not getting my freaking commendation. You always look around and make sure that there are no enemies around you. God damn it. Captain Crispy, yeah, World of Warcraft is such an example. Why is it so? Why is a little dead, etc, 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 instead of helping the guys. Played World of Warcraft since 2007 and always try to help out to see someone is not playing so well. Yeah, and I agree. That's how it should be. That would be the optimal way people are. And one of the things that actually made me be a very long time subscriber to this game and buy the expansions was that in general, even though there are people like that in the community, I would be a friggin' liar if I said that the whole community is all nice and dandy and kind and stuff. But mostly I'd say the community is pretty damn nice. And often, if for example you fail at a boss, it is more common that somebody's gonna tell you that, okay, so the mechanics are like this, and you should pay attention to this thing, and so on and so forth. You know, start giving advice instead of complaining that, oh, you fucking shit party, why'd you fucking die? This is fucking easy. So it's far more common to actually get proper advice, and you know, people then saying, for example, after that boss, the person who gave advice might say, yeah, exactly, that's the way it goes, you know, good job, instead of complaining things like, finally. So in general, I do think the community is mostly nice. That is one of the things that I do like it. I don't know what it is about this game that has attracted such a community, but whatever it is, I like it. Alright, there we go. Now this is one of the more different kinds of bosses. Basically, we can't damage this. Instead, we have these items we can use. Then we need to lure these bombs next to the thing. And did we need to kill them too? I think we needed to kill them too. I'm not sure. No, we just need to wait. And keep that in the blast area. And then it splits. And we need to repeat this until they are only tiny ones. And the tank's job here is just to keep the IS there. The healer's job is to keep the tank alive. And later on, there will start, additional enemies will start spawning, which will try and kill these. For example, now you can see that. No, don't go turn it off. We need to kill that. There we go. Perfect. And that's the other one. Next, we need to wait for the blasting blasting cap to recover. So we can do the same thing again. That monk is gonna notice, yeah, I'm not doing any damage. we go. Now I'm just gonna wait here, and there we go. Self-destruct, please. And then we just burn them down. There we go. Perfect. Captain Crispy, nice. Like this fight, something different. Exactly. And this is one of the things that I've tried to point out, that the game changes things a bit by bit. So you learn things easier when you're not immediately shoved into, now learn all new things. For example, we were slowly taught in this that in some things we were taught we need to lure enemies. In some things we were taught we need to use items. Then we needed to combine those. Realize that there's the one thing we can do, which is use the blasting cap. And there's an enemy we can't damage. So, for example, when you take the first blasting cap, then you'd notice that eventually it explodes. Okay? So, but it doesn't help you at all at that point. So, what's the next thing to try? What if it explodes near the thing we can't damage? And then that works. So that's the kind of game design I really, really enjoy. The kind that, even though sometimes can be a little bit confusing, is still designed in a way which most of the time it teaches you without you having to know it before or to read from a guide or anything. But it's something that if you put 2 and 2 together, you can figure it out, because especially the first phase, you saw we only had one thing we could do and we had one enemy. So it shouldn't take that long to try and put those two together and realize maybe we need to do something with that item so we can damage the enemy. Because those are the only things that you're given. That one item and the enemy. So I really, really, really enjoy that kind of game design. There we go. Let's keep on damaging. Nice, level up, perfect. And now we're also synchronized to level 20, because we're level 21. This little icon here next to the level means that we are synchronized. Sorry, I'm getting a little bit of a dry throat already. I didn't take enough things to drink with me here, unfortunately. I'm gonna shoot my poison arrows to each, so I'm going to at least do some damage to all of them. And crap. Okay, so the Marauder didn't use that. I don't remember the skill. I don't remember the skill name, but the conal attack, which increases aggro to all of those enemies. Learning by doing, exactly. I like that a lot. Because that means that they've actually spent time designing a game when they design a game in a way that they know that the player should learn just by playing and not by being told. And that I enjoy. Which is kind of weird, considering I'm giving praise to a game which was originally released as a complete turd, basically. Because that's exactly what the game was, as far as I know. Because I had a few people who played Final Fantasy XIV when it was originally released. And honestly, none of them liked it. And I remembered them saying that, so I of course didn't care when they said Final Fantasy Realm Reborn. I was like, who the fuck cares? Final Fantasy XIV. I heard it was garbage. Why the hell should I care? But then a friend of mine who had tried the original Final Fantasy XIV tried Realm Reborn, and told me that no, it's different. They've fixed a lot of things. They've redone basically the whole game. It's so much better now. And I tried it, and I haven't disappointed it. And no, I meant I haven't been disappointed in it, and I haven't regretted it. Those are the words. I can English. I have words. They are the best words. Alright, so now I'm just doing heavy shot. Now let's do bloodletter, apply poison. More heavy shot. Now a damage buff's running out. Now straight shot proc, so that means it's an automatic critical. Keep heavy shotting. Now it's going to go call for more friends, which is annoying. Add more poison. Yes, I did, Captain Crispy. Yes, I did. Okay, and that's gonna go call more enemies, but I'm gonna see if we can actually just burn this down instead of concentrating on the second mechanic, which is enemies calling more enemies. Well, Captain Crispy, we have our Alex Jones sound commands too. We like them stereotypes and conspiracy theories and all the good stuff. Alex Jones especially, he's very memeable. I really like how memeable he is. There we go. This should go just fine. There we go. Did you use the limit? No. Please limit. You can limit. You can limit. You can limit break. If you're not gonna limit break, fine, let's not limit break them. Too late already. There we go. There we go. Again, because I'm a friendly guy to the party members, I'm going to skip these ones, unfortunately. You can check all of those cutscenes later, by the way, just saying. So, who should I... I'm not going to give the Lachlan Kell because he ran away. I'm going to give to the Pugilist. There we go. Captain Crispy, I watch a lot of secular talk. Maybe you know him on YouTube. Yeah, I've heard of him. Yeah. Right from the top of my head, I honestly don't remember right now who he was, because I haven't gone to bed yet, so I'm a little bit tired. Ooh, we got a player commendation. Fantastic. Somebody thought that we played well. That's always a good thing. Faded copy of the Dark's Embrace. Ooh. This is a crafting item we can use to make an orchestrion roll, which basically means when you have an orchestrion roll, and if you have your own house or you have your own room somewhere where you have an orchestrion, which is basically a jukebox, you can use the rolls to add them to your collection, and then you have more songs in the jukebox. And many of these crafting materials you need, you can get from dungeons, and they're often dungeon specific. Yes, own house, Captain Crispy. If you're freaking rich and lucky, you can get your own house. Most often, most people have a own room in a free company owned house, because there are three major cities in the regular gameplay area, the Realm Reborn area, not the expansion area. There are three major cities, which are the three starting cities, depending on which class you choose as your starting class. And all of those have a separate housing district. And, well, maybe I can show you quickly. It shouldn't take that long to do that, actually. So I'm going to show you quickly. I should have... how could I get there again? Did I put all? Don't I have it here? Fine, I don't have it in my teleport list now for some reason. But anyway, there are housing areas. And the housing areas are split into plots. There are shitloads of housing areas, shitloads of plots. But often they will get full pretty fast and they cost a lot. But there are three sizes of plots. There are small plots, medium plots, and large plots. And that, of course, denotes how big of a house you can build there. And how big of a yard you're going to have. And then you can, of course, use your crafting skills and stuff like that to improve upon the house and to do all other kinds of stuff. Decorate it, to make it look different, all kinds of stuff. But usually the biggest ones are usually free company houses. Partially because you're going to need practically all skills to actually improve upon the big houses and stuff. And they're mostly free company housings. But you can have your own room in them if you're a member of the free company. And they are pretty sizable. And you can decorate them completely yourself, you know. You can... In all three dimensions, you can move items, you know, up, down, turn them, and do stuff like that. And decorate them to your own desires. Of course, within the context of what items you can get, afford, or craft. Ah, the Conqueror of Copperbell returns. Thanks to you, our mining operations can resume and Uldar will have the materials she needs to rebuild. The entire nation's in your debt, friend. I'll share the good tidings with Papa Shan the next time I see him. As for you, you'll want to report to Mobody. It'll do the woman well to see you live and in one piece. Yeah, it is. The only problem, of course, is that the house, plots do cost a lot, and it is sometimes hard to find a free one. Well, it is often hard to find a free one. Shut your mouth, you thieving little swine! Stole from me, don't even think to deny it. Please, sir, I didn't steal nothing. I bought this, paid for it with my own coin. What rot! Your refugees are all the same. Couldn't afford maggot and mole, made much less choice but a dodo. I'm gonna say it one more time. Give back what you stole, or I'll make you wish you'd never set foot in this town. Ha! By rights, I should turn you over to the brass blades, you know. Help keep the streets safe for law-abiding citizens. But I'm a reasonable man. If you agree to serve me in whatever capacity you require, the authorities needn't hear your crime. But I ain't done nothing wrong. 12 is me witness. Please, adventurer, help me, I beg of ye. I swear on my mother's grave I didn't steal nothing. I bought this with the coin I saved. I only wanted to treat my children to a decent meal. Well, you ruffians. I'd say you're in a bit of a trouble. And who the hell's are you when you're at home? This dog's master? Create and meanwhile an account and download the game. Well, nice to hear that, Captain Crispy. I do hope you're going to enjoy the game. I've had enough of this mama's farce. You lot, teach him a lesson. There we go. Let's punch some ruffians in the face. Well, actually, let's shoot some arrows in ruffians' faces. Oh my god, notice the music. Oh my god, I love it. Alright. This filthy bodyguard. You're not really doing much damage to me, are you now? Even though you're a pugilist. I'm an archer and I'm shooting at you from close range. Your disappointment to your craft. I don't remember which Final Fantasy this music was from originally, honestly. Yes, Pugilist is a boxer, and the job, which they get later, is a monk. Because all of the basic classes have a job, which is basically an evolved version of the class. For example, archers become bards, I think. A bard. Lancers become dragoons. Pugilists become monks. Yes, exactly. That kind of thing, Captain Crispy. I ain't getting paid enough for this. Hey, where the hell do you think you're going? Thank you, kind adventurer. Thank you thrice over. And Conjurer, of course, becomes a white mage. Thaumaturge becomes a black mage. And what others were there? A scholar, an Arcanist becomes either a summoner or a scholar, if I remember correctly. Or Scholar was a different one. I still think Scholar was a different one, I think. I think I missed one class. I need to look it up. Because that one really kind of bothers me. Your character looks like he's missing a bit of color. It's possible. Just blue. I'm not quite sure what you mean. I'm going to check it when we get there. Simple, really. One, numbers of hamlets survived the immediate aftermath of calamity. Oh, yeah, this is about... Yeah, I skipped lots of things because I read the chat and skipped. But anyway, this is basically about the prejudices and the attitudes of different people, you know, to the refugees of the calamity event which happened 5 years ago. Them giving different points on, you know, why we should help the refugees and why we shouldn't. That kind of a discussion. You know, the kind of protectionism versus your love of humanity thing. And then we can see, yes, she did buy the thing. Looking around, you think that Ulda was well on its way to recovery, but peer through the veil of prosperity and to see no end to the misery and suffering. And I gotta see what time it is, actually. About 8:30. Alright, still a little bit of time, no worries. Madam, are you alright? Yes, we're just hallucinating things. Seeing the past, the present, the future. Nothing strange. What now? You mean to threaten a defenseless citizen? You're the one who wanted a friggin' sex slave. What? Sword by the means you say that's absurd. Aye, as I did, leave the poor woman alone, you damnable vulture. Who said that? Good question. I'll overlook this just this once. Oh, actually, I saw who said it already. God bless you, adventurer. If you hadn't come along when you did, who knows what monster might have done. I don't bear thinking about it. Some old friends, actually, whom Captain Crispy hasn't seen, probably, because I think we last saw them in the last stream, in fact. But Ida and Papalimo, I think. Case closed. Hello again. We've been keeping a close eye on you ever since you left Gridania. You discharged your duty as envoy impeccably and never once faltered in the face of myriad dangers. But, more importantly, you were always ready to help those in need, even if it didn't stand to earn a guild by doing so. You are possessed of all the qualities we seek in an adventurer. Of this we are convinced. Even if you were kind of dragged into that business with the dodo meat. Yes, thank you, Ida. And then there's the matter of your gift. I dare say you're curious as to the nature of the vision you bore witness to moments ago. Well, we can help you understand it. You're not the only one with that power, you know. We have a friend who has it too, and we'd love for you to meet her. And meeting her is only the beginning. For we would also have you lend your strength to our cause. In return, we should be able to assist you. We would be glad to assist your adventuring endeavors in whatever way we are able. Should you decide to take up us on our offer, I sincerely hope you'll pray speak with Momody. The proprietress of the Quicksand is a good friend of ours. She'll tell you where to find us. Now, this is basically the beginning of the grander storyline. So far, we have been becoming an adventurer. Now, the grander storyline starts to unfold. Wait a minute, we haven't even told the name of our order. We're the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, Defenders of Justice. Oh, but don't tell anyone except for Momody. She knows already. Because as usual in a Final Fantasy game, there often is the beginning where things are on a smaller scale, and then eventually you will end up in a situation where you are caught up in slightly more epic events, and this is that moment for our character. Scenes like that are becoming even more common, I'm afraid. Don't worry, though. If you work hard, you'll probably be right. Light clothes with massive red boots. Looks so ridiculous. Yeah. I know. Thankfully, she does get a clothes change in one of the expansions. She looks a lot better then, in my opinion. Saying that if you ever find yourself in a spot of bother, come and see me. Just don't go pestering me every time you graze your knee, eh? Of course, I do enjoy hearing tell of a gentleman's woes with a woman folk from time to time. But she does like kicking people. I guess that's why she has armored legs. Faye, sorry to keep you waiting. I was just providing guidance to fresh off the carriage adventurer. But gods, it's good to see you safe and well again. Look at you, no one would ever guess you'd been hard at it with giants in the dark. You're every ilm the adventurer Mion said you'd be, Faye. The station master will be overjoyed when he hears the news. Oh, before I forget, there's a lass here who wants a word with you. Didn't actually know your name, but hearing the description, I knew who she meant right away. Oh, that's you. Thank you for sparing me. I realize you don't know me, but I've been longing to speak with you for a while now. That's the conjurer who got shunned by his party earlier on. My name is Edda. I'm an adventurer like you, though I'm not very good at being one, if truth be told. Anyway, I was adventuring with my friends in Gridania when I'm sorry, we were in Gridania when the leader of our party was killed. His name was Avir, and he and I were to be wed in the spring. You may not remember him, but to say that he remembered you would be an understatement. He would sing your praises from dawn to dusk. He saw you for what you are, you see, an adventurer's adventurer, and swore that he would be like you one day. I believe that he would have succeeded, had a fiend had not robbed him of the chance. Since that day, I have thought long and hard about giving up adventuring. But when I think of the woman you are, of all that you've achieved, I find that I'm inspired just as Avir once was. And so I've decided to start again as an adventurer. I'll go back to the village of my birth and begin my training anew. But I wanted to meet you first to ask your name. Definitely not, Cabadan. Fatravert, I shan't forget. Thank you, Fatravert. I pray that we'll meet again. Fare you well. Alright. Praises be to us. Adventuring can be a cruel business. Time was, I didn't know why anyone would bother. When they first asked me to take charge of the guild here, I didn't want aught to do with you lot. Thought it'd be a pain in the arse looking after you all. But against my better judgment, I decided to accept the post, and I'm full glad I did. I feel privileged to be a part of your lives. And that goes double for yours, Faye. Alright, now... what should we do next? That's the thing. Yes, Scions of the Seventh Dawn. They're beginning to move in earnest, then. Listen, Faye, the Science ain't no ordinary folks, and the work they do ain't no ordinary work. I know full well how capable you are, but even you would think twice about attempting some of the stuff they do. Knowing that, if you're still certain you want to get involved, I'll tell you what I can. Well, it's kind of depends on what you want, honestly, Captain Crispy. So it usually puts your default choice on one of the preferred servers, which means servers that aren't completely and utterly full yet. So that's usually the preferred one. Let's see, do I want any of these? I'm gonna take the all classes rope belt, because I don't think we have an all classes belt yet. No, because all of them, well, there basically aren't any PvP servers. There is no overworld PvP. It is a separate mode completely. And there is only an unofficial RP server, which is Balmung, I think it was the name, which is basically always full, so there's no point in getting there. I've seen quite a lot of RP people here, which is Malduin, I think, something of the sort. So you want to know more then, do you? Well, ain't that a surprise? I swear if I painted certain death on one door and limitless wealth on another, 9 out of 10 adventurers would go through the first, and the other bloke wouldn't even be able to choose on account of being an Uldan. Anyway, don't say I didn't warn you. First of all, if you're wondering whether you can trust these signs of the Seventh Dawn, you can. They're good people who have made it their mission to solve some of yours most pressing problems, cause that ain't no small task, and so they're always looking for dependable individuals to join them. Oh wait, was Zodiac... Actually, I don't remember. Well, I'm on Moogle in Europe and I'm in Malduin on US, so those are basically the only ones that I know much about. And Balmung, of course, being the RP server of the US segment. Now I've been given leave to tell you where to find the signs, but you must promise to keep this information to yourself. As you can probably imagine, it's something Eorzea's enemies would very much like to know. Captain Crispy, maybe I should change language. It's default German. Can't find a Malduin. Yeah, it's yeah, because I was thinking of the US server, because I'm playing the stream character on the US servers, so that's here. But on Europe, I'm on Moogle actually. The signs are headquartered in Vesper Bay, out in Western Thanalan. The place you're looking for is called Waken Sands. Give your name to whoever's at the entrance, and you'll be let in. Yeah, there we go. Moogle. Captain Crispy, I'm on Moogle. And, by the way, if you do want to discuss Final Fantasy on greater lengths, you can join us on Discord and talk all kinds of weird shit and discuss games, discuss what you're doing in Final Fantasy and all that kind of stuff, and ask me questions, because that's the best place to catch me. Just saying. Blatant advertising has ended now. Alright, Waking Sands, that's where we need to go, and let's see. How much time do I have? I still have a little... I'm going the wrong direction again. Was it central? No, it's actually the western, I think. Yeah, oh, now I remember. We actually attuned to the teleport location there, so we can get a little bit closer. Because this is where we need to go now. I think we're pretty close. I think we're pretty close. I think we're pretty close to getting the retainer system open, which is basically the storage system and the way in which we can sell things on the marketplace and stuff like that. It doesn't need to occasionally blatantly advertise, Captain Crispy, because I often forget to do that when I'm streaming. Partially because I'm so invested in the actual streaming part, so I forget to advertise the things that I know I'm supposed to increase the possibility of more viewer interaction. For example, things like the Discord link that, oh, by the way, I have a Twitter link down below in the information segment of the stream, or, oh yeah, I got a Humble Partner link. I always forget to advertise those. It's a bit of a problem I have, but it's not necessarily a completely bad thing for the viewers that I'm not constantly shilling my Discord and stuff like that. That's actually why I wrote it in the title, if I remember correctly. The commands you can get to see the Discord and stuff, because I always forget. Then sometimes comes a situation like this where I say, oh yeah, I haven't done that at all. I haven't done that even a single time during this stream, so maybe now is a good moment. Oh, they made a statue of her. Oh, it's him. Never mind. What's this? Color your world if I had a glamour. Oh, so from here we can unlock the die system and the glamour system, but I'm not going to take those yet, because I have way too many quests here already. What's that? What's your quest? Braving new debts, going for gold. I don't think those are either. Because I'm trying to look for the retainer quest. Trauma Queen. No, I think those are dungeons and stuff. I know, but I just keep forgetting to do that. Because it honestly hasn't been my prime directive when I'm streaming to spam people with advertisements or anything. I know I could do it for the bot, but maybe I'll do it at one point. Okay, Tataru, you're singing. I'm sorry, I'm not gonna sing it. Except that. That I can sing. I would thank you not to sneak up on me like that. Now please be advised that this is private property. Unless you have pertinent business here, I must ask you to... I've come to join your little club of band. I'm a woman with a very deep voice. Here are the best of Ida and Papalimo. My sincerest apologies. May I please have your name? Faye Trevert. Faye Trevert. Ah, here you are. I bid you welcome to the Waking Sands headquarters of the Signs of the Seventh Dawn. My name's Tataru, and I look forward to assisting you during your time with us. The antecedent is within the solar. I shall let her know to expect you. There we go, so that's where we're going to go. Which is over here. Yes, Captain Crispy, Moogle is my EU server. It's a pretty damn good server in my opinion. Lots of nice people I've met there. But then again, I haven't played there in quite a while because I just started replaying this game about 2 weeks ago or so. So I haven't really paid that much attention to how the atmosphere is now. But considering the little I have, I'd say it's still pretty damn good.
So you're the adventurer of whom I've heard so much. Well met, friend. My name is Minthelia, and I lead the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. I have awaited your coming.
Sporadic voice acting, by the way.
Please, be at ease. You are among friends here.
I do have kind of a high ping, but I'll be completely honest, I'm used to it. Because one factoid about this, it's been quite some time now. Before the first expansion was released, all of the servers were in the US. Even the European servers were in the US. So every European had a massive ping all the time. And that was when I started playing, and that was when I really played a lot for the first time. So I kind of got used to the massive ping. I just thought that I'd play on the US in case, you know, some US viewers and stuff like that want to play with me at some point. Because they might not be used to it. And it's easier for me to make a new character here and play it on stream than it is for many random viewers to start making new characters in Europe just to play with a random Finnish streamer. So, that's kind of the strategy here.
No doubt you are ripe to burst with questions. But have patience. All will be revealed in time.
Like, when I'm gonna get my first retainer.
First, Let me begin by telling you who we are and what we do. We are the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, an order that transcends political boundaries. Our single objective is the preservation of the future of Eorzea. Among our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as the Primals.
Yeah, there are occasional voice acting bits, yes.
Their existence is a bane upon Eorzea, nay, the world at large, and we have striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose.
It's mostly...
Our order is home to a number of individuals who, like you, possess a rare and special talent.
It's mostly the larger plot advances that have voice acting. For example, this, like I said, this is the moment when we are thrust into something bigger than just random adventuring.
This talent takes various forms, but one holds particular interest for us. Tell me, have you ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable loss of consciousness? Have you ever had the sensation of being pulled away from reality? Felt as though you were hovering in space, a mind without a body? All these things are the manifestations of your talent. Yours is the power to transcend the boundaries of the soul, a power known as the Echo. The Echo allows you to pass through the walls of a man's soul and hear the resonations of his past. You will be there in his memories and see things as he saw them. You may even interact with that which you see, though you cannot change the outcome of events. For another blessing, the Echo will enable you to know a man's mind even if you cannot comprehend his words. In short, the Echo is a truly extraordinary power, and this power is strong within you.
Like I said, this is a massive change, because now we are hearing straight from somebody that we are special. Even though it's kind of obvious from the beginning, but still, now we're being told that straight.
It is only a shame that we cannot use it whensoever we choose. That's right. I too possess the Echo. With that established, let us return to the subject of the Primals. So long as they exist, the realm cannot take so much as a single step towards true peace.
Oh, we might be getting the first trial.
Measures must be taken. Measures which transcend boundaries, be they of faction, race, language, or creed. And to do so, the Scions require the aid of those with our talent. Make no mistake, the Echo will be instrumental in dealing with the primal threat. Without it, we cannot hope to save the realm. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was that first brought you to Eorzea.
And primals are basically sort of like summoned images of. They are summoned creatures, basically, which lots of beastmen and stuff summon because they worship these things as gods, and because of the way the world in this game works. When they believe enough and are in contact with enough ether, I think it was called, their summons, their prayers, their hopes can get a true form. And these are the summons, or primals, many of which we will have to defeat.
But I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Why else would the gods entrust man with a gift so extraordinary, if not to have him use it? And so I implore you, lend us your power.
So basically one of those, if you believe it hard enough, it becomes true type of things. Unfortunately, the things that those things want to be true are things that want to kill everything. Naturally, your aid will not go unrewarded. We're fortunate to have a number of influential allies, and at a word from me, they'll gladly afford you certain privileges that might otherwise be denied to you. The right to employ Oh, yes! The right to employ retainers, for example. Are you familiar with them? They are individuals who may be relied upon to manage your assets and belongings on your behalf. We can get a retainer. The papers you requested, my lady. Fantastic. We're gonna get a friggin' retainer. Retainer. We're gonna go get our retainer immediately after this. Thank you, Tataru. Pleasure's mine, my lady. I'm gonna show you soon. It's a great thing, which I've waited for a while. By way of welcoming gift, I've taken the liberty of adding your name to the retainer's registry. As of now, you're entitled to employ the services of a retainer. You will need to consult a retainer advocate regarding the particulars of this arrangement, but believe me when I say that retainers will prove invaluable to you in your adventuring endeavors. I agree. Yeah. I'm gonna aid you. Just give me the retainer. Well, that was a veritable lecture, was it not? Forgive me, but it is important that all concerned are aware of what's expected of them. Now you know of our purpose and what we can offer you. I invite you to consider joining us. When you have come to a decision, you may tell me without fear of censure. So, of course, we are... Wild Rose is the password for those people, alright? I'm going to try and remember it. Yes. Let's take the second one, then let's lead back to the town, and I'm going to show you what we can do with the retainer. Science have but one objective, to safeguard the future of Eosia. Along our gravest concerns are the godlike beings known as primals. Long have we striven to find a lasting solution to the threat they pose. I know not what it is you desire for yourself, nor what it was first that brought you to Eosia, but I firmly believe that the power we possess was given to us for a purpose. Pray consider this when you give me your answers, Faye. I'll go with the Wild Rose Blooms. There we go.
I take it you will help us.
Yeah.
Wonderful. I knew you wouldn't let us down. But come, I would introduce you to your friends in the Order. Tell me, does the name Sharlayan ring any bells?
Very vaguely.
It used to be one of Eosia's 6 city-states, and was situated in the northwest of Aldenard. The Sharlayans were the keepers of wisdom both old and new. Their mastery over magic and ether was unsurpassed, and even the Garleans knew to fear them. Among their number, there were a noble few who devoted their lives to safeguarding the future of Eosia. When the realm began its descent into chaos, and their countrymen fled for the motherland, they alone chose to remain here. These noble men and women were called the Archons.
Yeah, well, Captain and Crispy, Mikoti are probably one of the most popular of the races, to be completely honest.
Those same brave souls stand before you now.
Yeah, Aura was added in the first expansion called Heaven's Ward, if I remember correctly.
The masked woman is Ida, and beside her is Popalimo. The two are charged with surveying the Twelveswood.
Hello there. Welcome. I had every confidence that you would agree to help us.
Me too.
Just as there are certain classes you
my turn
can't
to introduce someone.
access, but
That there is Thancred.
they're pretty late game stuff anyway, so it doesn't really matter, because when you get to the point when you could get them, you'd probably know if you want to buy the expansion. that's kind of the deal with the expansion classes.
He is our man here in Ul'dah, Jewel of the Desert.
Welcome to the team. If I may, the lovely maiden beside me is named Y'shtola. Limsa Lominsa has the pleasure of being under her care.
Greetings. Last but not least is Urianger, who presides over all affairs within these halls. Pray seek him out whenever you have questions.
All right.
Dawn may banish even the darkest night. The words of a dear friend. I am glad of our meeting.
At the Battle of Carteneau, our leader was taken from us. but we did not stray from our purpose. We sought out Minfilia and others with her talent, and together established the Scions of the Seventh Dawn.
Along with the Archons, those blessed with the Echo play a pivotal role in our endeavor to forge a brighter tomorrow for the realm. Oh, I should also introduce you to Tataru, our clerk. She ensures that everything runs smoothly.
Yeah, some of the stuff is expansion-only things, but that's usually how things are in games. There are things that are going to be behind a paywall of buying an expansion.
Pleased to make your acquaintance.
But there are pretty damn huge loads of content in those expansions too, so...
In time, I hope you will come to think of us as family.
I don't regret getting them, I'll be honest.
But without further ado, I would assign you your first task.
Please do.
Urianger, have the documents arrived from the students of Baldessian?
Aye, my lady. They arrived but recently.
I do want my first task, thank you. Hello, Hitmar!
We have
How you
received
doing?
a request for aid from the Immortal Flames.
Unfortunately, you're coming at the relative end of the stream. We're not going to be at
Thancred,
this
would you do the
that
honors?
much longer anymore. We're going to go make ourselves a retainer, which I'm going to explain properly when we get there. But first, we're going to take this quest. Main scenario quest,
It would be
so I won't
my
forget
pleasure. Some days ago, a crystal caravan registered to Amagina and Sons mineral concern
Nice,
was
Hitmar.
waylaid and divested of its cargo. But there is more. Within a bell of the robbery, several people were reported missing from the shantytown outside the city.
Okay.
At a glance, one would assume the involvement of bandits, kidnappers, and coincidence. Such crimes are
But-
hardly uncommon, and the Immortal Flames deal with their like almost every day.
But...
However, this time we have reason to believe that a
There we
primal
go.
is involved.
Aye, the evidence left behind implicates the Emulja, who are known worshippers of Ifrit.
There we go. We're going to get the Ifrit trial soon then. Trials, of course, are basically larger boss battles, which is basically the only purpose of the duty is to beat a big boss, which is, in this case, it's going to be Ifrit.
If
Hitmar.
we then consider the objects that were taken, there is no room left for doubt. The crimes were committed in the name of a primal.
And Hitmar, I should log into Final Fantasy XIV and try to get my Sigma 06 done.
That you may
Oh,
better
God.
understand the nature of our struggle with the primals, I would have you play the leading role in this investigation.
I haven't done pretty much any of the more endgame stuff in ages. Because it just started
You
again
have
2 weeks
my
ago.
Thanks. If there is aught you wish to know, I recommend you speak with Thancred. He is well versed in the affairs of Ulda.
Ever at your service, fair lady.
06 says sucks for healers. Okay. I can believe that without knowing what that is. I'm in a situation that on my main character, I'm not going to talk to you, Thancred, right now. I'm going to leave this on just so I can remember where the fuck I need to go. I'm in the kind of situation where I actually finally finished the Stormblood expansion's main story on my main character. So yeah, I kind of stopped at one point for multiples of reasons, but now I'm back and I'm happy. Hold on, where are you? Where are you? No, wait. Yeah, this. There we go. I don't remember Hitmar, to be honest. I don't think so. I'm not 100% certain, though, because there were so many changes that I've been trying to learn, but I'd say probably not, I think. I'm not sure, though, so don't take it as 100% certainty. Alright. If I remember correctly, the retainer vocates were here in Ul'dah. Yeah, I don't remember, honestly, because I just came off a multiple month-long break and just finished Stormblood. So, yeah, I don't think I've done Sigmas, honestly. Let's see. There you are. Retainer vocate. Alright, so. Retainer. They are people. I agree, Hitman. They're good to take occasionally, because I had played the game for about 1 year in a row, basically, and hadn't played much other than Final Fantasy when I had the time, so...
Hitler took the DMT. Stalin took the DMT. Mao took the DMT. The DMT.
And thank you very much, Space Alchemist, for the DMT. Much appreciated. Do remember to take your daily dose, and it does keep you 50 years ahead of technology, even if it doesn't keep you 50 years ahead in taste. Yes, we're gonna hire up to 2 retainers, and we have no retainers yet. And yes, we're gonna hire them. I'm gonna explain this. Now, first, let's just load one of my appearance status. I have no recollection which is which. Keeper of the Moon, Secret Sun, Hell's God, Disquiet. It's you now. I have you as a you're one of my old retainers. I'm gonna take. Hitman, I'm probably due for a break myself. Oh, come on. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Damn it. But anyway, retainers. We can... retainers have the same character creation as your main as the main character. Okay, so that's that one. That was the one that I just did. Then is Zalus. Midland, no. Let's take that one, I don't care. Alright, so that's gonna be our retainer now. I'm gonna be... Save... No, I already have that saved. Confirm? No, thank you. Finalize? Yes. Alright, so... Now we can choose the personality. Let's say... It's gonna be serious. And yes, we're gonna hire the person. And then let's give the guy a name. Alfred. Yes, hire the services of Alfred. There we go. Oh, come on. Alfred's not available. Damn you. So, this is always the difficult part in games. Trying to come up with names. Bruce Wayne. Can I have spaces? No, I can't have spaces or other special characters. Damn it! Alfred J. Kwok is now in our employ. All right, I'm gonna show you now why I'm so excited about retainers. I meant to you, Bruce Wayne, because I wanted to do Alfred. Oh, okay, Bruce Wayne. Oh, see, I told you earlier, I'm a little bit tired already. But yeah, that was the point. That's where I got the Alfred. All right, so this is the retainer menu. Here, we can entrust the retainer with our items. Here are the inventory slots. There are 5 of these grids per retainer. And then, of course, they have the shards, crystals, and clusters. These are the crafting things that I talked about earlier when I showed a little bit of mining. then, of course, we can give our retainers money. Most often, we're probably going to take money, because the next thing is this. The retainers are the only way we can sell items on the marketplace to other players. For example, let's see, do I have anything I'd want to... Well, I probably do. Let's, for example, put up this for sale. Let's put up 99 logs to sale. So one thing we could do, let's see what people are asking for right now. Right now, these are the sells. This means high quality item here. Right now, they're selling 99 stack for 725 a piece. They've been sold for 700, 500. So I'd say I'm probably gonna undercut. And yeah, bank and auctioneer, yes. So I'm probably gonna undercut like a bitch and just put it for 700 per piece, 99 pieces. So if that sells, we're gonna be getting 69,300 minus the taxes. And of course, I could from here sell items from the retainer's inventory and then view the sale history. Later on, we can also, which we can't do yet, but later on we can also assign the retainer a class, which can be any class that we already have on that character. And then we can send them on ventures, which means they will gather items for us. And what they can gather depends on what class they are, how well we have equipped them, and which kind of exploration stuff they do. For example, if we have Disciples of War, we can send them to hunt leathers for us, for example. Or if you have a miner, we can send them to gather different minerals and stuff like that. And so they can also gather items for us. I could also hire another retainer, but I'm not going to do that for now. But now we have a retainer. We can get another retainer for free. If we want more, we're going to have to buy them using money. It was, I think, $1 per month for an extra retainer or something like that. And that's about it. They're the bank, they're the auctioneer, and when you give them a class and armor and gear, they're gonna be your material gatherer as well. And some of the random ones can give some very, very rare things occasionally, like mini-pets and stuff like that. But that stuff's pretty rare for a reason. Anyway, it's over 9 already, so I really need to start packing and going, unfortunately. But I would like to thank you all. And I agree, Captain Crispy, it does sound great. But I would like to thank you all for being here. I hope you had a good time. I know I did. So, let's see if there's anybody we could... I'm actually going to quit this first. Let's see if there's anybody we could send this wonderful, wonderful group of people to. Let's see if there's anybody on. Well, not really anyone I follow. I don't care then. Fine, because I'm too tired to look for somebody random to raid right now. So I think it's gonna be just fine for me. I'm gonna start packing and going to the store so I can actually go to sleep at some point. So thank you very much for being here. Hope you enjoyed yourself. And hope to see you soon, if you are so inclined. If we're not gonna see, then we're not. And Captain Crispy, thank you for all the help. It was great fun and stream. Happy having found. Well, glad you have found me, Captain Crispy. You've been a wonderful person in the chat, and I really did enjoy your company. Thank you very much. Or should I say happy that hosted you? Well, I too am happy for that. But hosts and stuff can be a good way to find new people that you've never met before. That way, I've found many a wonderful streamer.
Another visitor.
And thank you for the follow, Captain Crispy. You are now a visitor in this wonderful, wonderful, totally real Finland. Trademarked. Enjoy your stay. Anyway, that's it for this time. Thank you all for watching. Do have a good or agreeable Earth rotation cycle, fellow humans. Finchvet, signing out. Have a good one.